today. We are back on the white farm. Yesterday we didn't get the chance to finish the field we were plowing, so that will be the objective for today. We got the pallet, the cart full of fertilizer here, and then we've got seeds here, so we're gonna hop in the tractor here. Listen back to the audio from yesterday's stream, and I apologize, it sounded like dog crap when I was in the tractor. So hopefully I made some adjustments before this one. Hopefully this stream will sound a little bit better when I am in the tractor. So let's see. Now we'll just kind of plop this pallet over here. Down that way when we need to refill. We're just gonna leave this for now. We leased the front end and the forks, so I have it set to Monday is a month. So once we roll over to tomorrow or October, we will be out of. We won't have the front loader or pallet anymore because I'm released it for the day. Again, I released it because I wasn't sure if it would fit on the tractor. We're heading back to the shop right now. You'll see I used a different pair of forks for the front end. That did not fit the front loader, so that's kind of why I was leasing the items first before spending $2,000 or $3,000 on the parts. So $50 a day or something like that to lease it. Let's get into first person mode. So what we have at the shop is a cedar, which we're going to pick that up. And if I remember right, there are two pallets of fertilizer left that I did not fit on the trailer. Looking back at it yesterday, probably could have fit everything on the trailer, but I wanted to save. I wasn't too sure how steady the ride would be. I didn't want to fall off the trailer and stuff like that, so that's why there's still stuff there. I might get creative. I might stack the pallets on top of each other and then scoop the pallet up, lean it up against the front of the tractor, and like that. We'll see if that's a possibility or not. Again, hopefully this sounds better than it did yesterday. Like I said, I played back the audio yesterday and it was trash, so I apologize. You didn't really get to hear anything I was talking about when I was driving the tractor, which is unfortunate because I spent a lot of time driving the tractor yesterday. Kind of adjusted some audio settings and hopefully hear stuff better. So here are the remaining two pallets. What I want to try and do is stack them on top of one another. This might be a bad idea, but it's pretty good. We did not get that cool. So So we're gonna try and do here. Load this up. Stack it on top of this one. So also test the theory if the stack would have worked on the trailer or not. Put this here. I'm assuming in real life you would not want to do this because it would probably crush the fertilizer on the bottom. Alright, they are stacked. Not super even, but it is stacked. So, leave that there. Actually, we should probably throw these on the fork because it's going to be a lot easier to get these on before we put the trailer on, before we put the cedar. Alright, we're really going to see what this little tractor can do. Not much. We can't lift them both. Let's see if we get a counterweight then with the cedar. Alright. Let's try this plane again. And worst case scenario, we have to come back and make a second trip. Which one I'd have to, but... Oh, this cedar's wide. Oh, this is gonna be hard though. Should give us enough weight though, I would think. This is quite the cedar. It's got 830 liters worth of seed in it, on top of the weight of the cedar itself, so... Let's see if, we don't want to do that. Let's switch tools. Lined up. Tilt the other way. This is quite the balancing act here. What are we doing? What does that do? Use the joystick. I'm not entirely sure what that is. Alright. Alright, the cedar's not on. We don't have that. And the activate automatic application. Alright. We got everything that we can. We got the front. Alright. The steering is quite jank. Alright. Scratch that plan. It's not gonna work, as you can tell. So what we'll do is we'll just do this. Level that off there. And then what we'll do is we'll scoop this one with this. We'll just take this one back with us just like that. Well, we tried. That was a fun little adventure. Let's see. The cedar is massive, though. We are gonna have to take some back roads because there ain't nobody driving on this road today. Yeah, this is gonna be a cluster. Oh boy. Alright, we're gonna go this way. Oh Jesus! Oh God, there's cars turning everywhere. Oh, there goes the stop sign. We are so screwed. This is a terrible idea. Well, we're gonna take out this street sign here real quick. And we're just gonna drive, I guess over here. I don't really want to drive these because of it, so. I did not, anticipate how big this weeder is. What one is this? Or cedar, I should say, not weeder. This, where's my owned? The cedar we own is 5.2 meters wide. That's like 15 feet, more than 15 feet. How big were these ones? That one's 3.6. Maybe we should have went with that one. That one's 9. That's 4.5. See, that one was $41,000 though. I wasn't trying to spend that much. I mean, this little guy will do. Oh. They live anywhere. That's been the message of pretty much the farm. So we'll figure it out. So we're gonna take a scenic route. Pray there ain't no trees. There's trees in the way. We're gonna go touring through some farmland, I guess. Yesterday I said I'd try not to do that because I'm trying to keep it realistic. But if this was realistic, this trailer, or this cedar, would probably be attached to like a pole barn trailer and then delivered to the field that it needs to go to. I'm just going to take a nice little drive around the outside of the map here. We'll get to the field and then we'll start planting. Right now it's selected on wheat, which we looked at the calendar yesterday. And is what we are going to do. Oh shoot. Let's put fertilizer in there. Because we drove it by the fertilizer. So this has got seeds and fertilizer. That means we probably lost 750 liters worth of seed. Well, maybe not. It says 100%. Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's just get back to the farm. Farm, we're good to go. This is our sunflower field here. I was talking about yesterday, so we'll be harvesting that pretty soon. That bush does not have any branches in it. Well, this is just a grass field, so we're going to turn through this field. It's going to be the quickest way to get to here. Wonder how you get rid of the seed from the little fertilizer from the seed. So that's what I want to get rid of. I don't want fertilizer. I'd like to be all seed first, so that way I'm not having to make multiple trips. Hopefully there's nobody walking in this fertilizer. We're gonna put it a little bit further though. That way the seeds will be on the left. We'll put the fertilizer over here. Yeah, see how it's opening? It's like it's trying to add stuff to it. So let's drop this down. Oh, I keep forgetting I'm on the wrong thing. Having the front loader attached as well as the seeder, you have to press Y at the top. You can see at the very top it's going from back tool to header to front. And so because we had seed on the front, I wonder if that's why we got some seed. Then it still controls this. Oh, that controls the application rate. Okay. Alright, so we're going to stay on wheat. Fertilizer is no longer there. Ah, that's confusing. My understanding is you just drive by this and it will automatically fill the seed. No. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set this up over here, and then we're gonna go get that other pallet, and then we'll start our seed adventure. Again, this was plowed. Did not remove any stone. I'm gonna just leave it as is for now. This is our demo beta test field to just screw around and figure out how stuff works in the game. So we're just gonna leave it with the small stones. If we take a little bit of utility, that's fine. Not too concerned about that. The field's already not that big of a field. Alright. Let's get to it. Okay. The time of day is 15:52, which is 3:52 in the afternoon. The one thing I noticed about this map, this is a mod map. They didn't see like the icon that lets you like rest overnight to like advance to the next day. So what I had to do to go from the first day to the second day was I just turned the speed up on the time speed up to like 360x or something ridiculous like that. Then just pretty much sat and waited for it to go overnight, move on to the next day, and carry on. some feedback here that the tractor is still dominating. So give me just a sec here. We are going to reduce the game volume down. Or bring the microphone all the way up. Hopefully this sounds better. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Does this sound better? Hopefully you can hear me better. Just trying to tweak the noise so it's not all dominated by tractor, and it sounds like that's how it was already for the beginning part of the stream. So hopefully the adjustments I just made again, you'll be able to hear me a little bit better. Alright, we're heading over to the shop to pick up the seeds, or the leftover of the fertilizer, and it sounds like the audio is better, so thank you for testing that and letting me know that the audio is still trash, but looks like we got it dialed in now and we'll be good to go. Alright, back to here. Grab this pallet here real quick. Give me a sec. Alright, let's go into the audio settings here and see if we can tweak the tractor noise again. The vehicle volume. Let's bump this down to 40. Let's bump that down. Just save that. Alright, hopefully this sounds a little bit better and the tractor noise isn't as dominating as it was. Hopefully you can still hear me pretty well. Just tweak the tractor noise. Alright, let's continue on with our pallet adventure here. Mainly want to get this taken care of because, like I said earlier, where you couldn't probably hear me talking about it, the tools that I have on the front of the tractor are leased, so I only have them for the day. I leased them because I wasn't sure if they would work with this tractor, and I didn't want to spend a couple $1,000s to find out that it doesn't work, hence the reason that front loader over there is sitting right there. I leased that one as well. That was the first one I leased. That did not fit on the front loader that I have. But now we've got that figured out, and it cost me $150 to figure that out instead of $14,000 or whatever it would cost. So let's go on ahead and get this back over to the farm. We'll plop it down, and then we will finally start seeding the field. Ooh, they were not stopping for that corner. That was about to be disastrous. Alright. Yesterday we also switched to different tires on the tractor. I switched over to narrow tires. From what I was reading online, the narrow tires will allow you to not damage the field when you're driving on the field. Once we get back to the farm, I'll talk a little bit more about the field and the farm, now that the audio is sounding better. Before I started doing the tilling, if you will, yesterday, I watched a video on the different tools that can be used, like a plow, cultivator, a spade, subsoilers, all that stuff. And from what I saw, if you plow it, it will dig deeper into the ground, so you don't have to worry about weeds. But with that, it will bring up small pebbles. I don't think you have to worry about the small pebbles if you don't want to. It'll probably increase your yield if you flatten the pebbles back into the ground, or if you scoop the pebbles up with a rock picker. I'm not going to worry about either of those. The field that I bought up here, that's on the farm, is like my test field that I'm just going to use to experiment with stuff since I am newer to the game. I did buy a field. You can see on the mini-map there to the left of the pond is a field number 2. That is a cornfield. I picked that up, so we'll be harvesting that. There is a field number 5 just south of here that has sunflower seeds, or sunflowers I mean. We will be harvesting that as well. Both of those can be harvested in October. Again, I apologize that you couldn't hear what I was saying, but I have my game set to 1 day is 1 month in game, so that way when you sleep it just goes over to the next month. Those are the default settings that the game sets. I have it set to 2x speed, which seems to be fairly good. I mean, it's low on the low end, but I think it works good. Gives you plenty of time in the day to be able to do stuff and not feel rushed, but also not feel like there's, a lot of daytime left. Alright, let's zoom out a little bit so we can see this. So we have the seeder here. The seeder is going to be planting wheat is what we're going to do. Lower the seeder. Guess you don't have to turn it on. I guess it just goes. We'll find out. Yep, it is seeded. Okay, so you can see down there by the speedometer how much seed is in here. There's 827 liters of wheat seeds. You don't have to buy specific seeds, you just buy the pallet of seeds, and then it is the seeds you choose. Yeah, so I have it set to 1 day, and it's for 1 month. I don't remember if you could hear this part or not when I was talking, but the farm that I'm on is the White Farm mod. It's a smaller mod, or a smaller farm that's supposed to be kind of like, I think the mod description said that it's in Pennsylvania is where the farm is supposed to be located, essentially. The downside of the mod that I've found so far, there's not, at least I haven't found it, there's not like a house entrance mod or a house entrance icon. So in the normal map, there's a house icon, you go, you click it, and you sleep, rest for the day. So then it picks you up into the next day, or advances the month in my scenario. So I haven't found that. Seems kind of odd. But so that doesn't exist. So with that, I had to turn my time speed up to like 360 to be able to advance the day when I was playing the other day. So once we get through with seeding this, I think I'll have to look in the help menu. I think we can apply a application of fertilizer. We'll throw down some fertilizer. And then I think we can advance the day, unless I want to go do a contract or something like that, which I did that the first day I was playing, just to kind of get a feel for the game. The difficulty I started on, if you want to call it that, is like the middle tier difficulty. So you start the game with nothing, with no, oh man, this is where I suck. This is where I need to get better at. So you start the game with $1.5 million, but then you don't have any farm equipment, you don't have any fields or anything like that. So I just started kind of with that, and then I did some contracts so that way I could get a feel for the game, harvesting and stuff like that. As I did the contracts, I bought equipment that I needed. So yeah, that's kind of how I got the hang of the game, was by doing the contracts before I decided to buy any fields. The first field I bought, didn't do any research. I'm going to pause here real quick for you. I didn't do any research on the fields. I just kind of came and looked over here. I don't know what the seed rate is, but disregard. So we came over here to this menu here. You click left stick. That's how you buy the land. You show the land available for sale. So again, none of this was owned by me when you start the game in the difficulty that I did. First field I bought, field 9 or field 5, depending on which screen you're looking at, is a sunflower field. I didn't know that. Like I said, I didn't go out and scout these fields. I just pretty much came around here, pressed right stick to see what the qualities were. This one was a smaller field, only 1.4 hectares. The yield potential was 109%. Pretty good. Close. So then I found out it was a sunflower field. You have to have a specific header for that, which thankfully matches the corn header, but I can't harvest anything else. Can't harvest wheat or anything like that. So then we came over here. This was the cornfield. The yield potential, not as good as the other one. It's 1.93 hectares. The farm is like right in this area. So really close to the farm. And then I bought this field. This was a grass field. We did this in the video a couple days ago. And the field that we're on now, it was all grass, mowed it. There's a tool called a tedder, which essentially flips the grass so it dries faster, turns it into hay. After we did that, we bought a windrower. The windrower kind of lines up the grass so it's easy to pick up with the baler. If you watch that video, my lines were atrocious. It was not a good way to do it. So yeah. So after that, we got that taken care of. We scooped it all up, put it into bales. After I'm done seeding here, I can show you the bales. They're tucked over by that silo right there off to the right. There's a little barn that has the hay. So I did that. I really hope I'm not missing any lines. I might be missing lines. This is my first time using this specific seeder. It's a little cumbersome. I don't know if I'm going to use it again or not. It's pretty wide for this small of a field. I think this field is like just above 1 hectare. So it's a little overkill for what we're doing, but it was cheap. My little tractor can pull it, so that's why I went with it. Yeah, so we got it loaded into bales there. We got the field taken care of. Like I said, we got the hay bales, and then yesterday it took a little bit longer than I thought, but I got the field plowed. Again, I watched a video before I did all that because there are, let's see, you have a mulcher, a plow, a cultivator, disc harrow, power harrow, subsoiler, and a spade. That they don't do the same thing, but they all till up the field. So they all do different things in that sense, or they still do the same thing in that sense. And so I watched a video on what the difference is with that. The cultivator will, from my understanding, if I remember right, the cultivator, you just cultivate the land. It doesn't go very deep, so it's not really plowing anything. It doesn't bring up any rocks at all. However, it will allow weeds to populate in the field, so then you'd have to weed it or spray a herbicide or something like that. which I used to play Farming Simulator 2015, and back then the cultivator was the only option. There weren't weeds, so that's what I normally would do, was just cultivate stuff. Now with that, I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to deal with all the weeds. I do have weeds turned on. You can turn weeds off, but I decided to leave them on. The plow will dig deeper into the ground, but you can see over there to the left, it's kind of hard to see over there. I'm going to hop off the tractor so you can see. It will bring up these little bit of rocks. You don't have to pick them up because they are small, from my understanding, so you don't have to pick them up. You can press them back into the ground with a roller, or you can pick them up with a rock picker. I'm not doing either because this is my, like I said, my demo field. But that was what the plow does, is it brings that up, brings up the small rocks. However, you don't have to deal with the weeds. The weeds won't grow in the field, so you don't have to worry about that. And the in-game help is actually pretty good. Let me pull that up real quick so I can show you what I was looking at. So when I was cutting the grass and doing all that stuff, I was pretty much looking at this menu here. So you can see grass can be cut with the mower. After the grass is cut, you want to use the tedder to turn the grass so it can dry properly into hay. From there, you use the windrower to do all that, and then you bale it with a baler. So that's kind of what I was following along with that. Let's go down to, I think it's actually up above. Same thing here. It shows what cultivating does, plowing and planting, etc. The plowing, you can see you have to plow after potatoes, corn, and sugar beet. That will, let me bring it up. If you don't plow, it will give you a negative 15%. You'll take a 15% on your yield, or on your yield, sorry. So all these fields that are red, if I were to buy them, need to be plowed, so you don't get hit with that. This field, after we mowed and all that jazz, was red, and that's why it needed to be plowed. The bottom right here, you can see the stones. The yellow is, the lighter amount of stones. For the red, you'll have to pick them up. So you can see this field has a bit of stones in them. Same with all these fields, they got stones in them. But like I said, I'm not going to mess with the stones at all. Just because it's a small field, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to leave that on this view. So one of the other ones, I think it's the spade or the subsoil. I can't remember off the top of my head. But one of those digs deeper, in theory, like if you're actually looking at it from a depth perspective, digs deeper than the plow, and that requires you to pick up stones because they are large stones. So I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to have to deal with that. So what I'm going to do with this field is we'll get it planted, and we're doing wheat. And then once the wheat grows, the wheat's harvested, it will leave behind in the harvester. I think I missed that one. In the harvester, or behind the harvester, it leaves a line of straw, which can be baled. And so I'm going to bale that up as well. So that is what the plan is for this field at the moment. Sorry, that was a bit of rambling, so we'll kind of not ramble as much anymore. Just trying to kind of explain what I thought I was explaining yesterday, not realizing that the audio of my stream was really crappy, so I apologize for that. That was really bad. If anyone has any tips on efficiently driving and how you're supposed to like turn in a field and all that stuff, I'm all ears, because this is probably something that I struggle with the most, is trying to do this. Probably shouldn't go in a circle like I'm going. You should probably go to the end, turn around, do like straight lines, but I struggle with that too. So if anyone has any advice on that, I'd be all ears to hear how to properly drive a tractor. That was not a good turn. Maybe this would be the way to do it. I'm not sure if I should raise the cedar when I make that turn. Not really. It doesn't look like it's wasted seed if the seed is already planted. So we're at 320, 319 liters as we're moving into stuff that's already seeded. Yeah, I didn't use anything there, so I'm not sure if we need to actually lift the cedar when we make these turns. And based on the fact that this field is almost done, we bought way too many seeds. But the good news is we can use the seeds for other stuff. It's not like you're committing to one seed, so it's not like I bought 6 pallets or 5 pallets of wheat seeds. It's just a pallet of seeds, and you can change that, so that's nice. I'm sure there's some sort of calculator that shows if you have a certain size field, you can expect to use a certain amount of seed to plant. There's a couple lines left here. We'll have this field done. Tractor's getting a little low on gas, so we have to fill that up soon. Oh, I kind of forgot about this little strip at the bottom there. Thought I had a strip. That one might have to take 2 passes. That one's a little wide. That's okay, we still got it. Down back. Let's do this one here. Left. Yep, just a little too wide. I'd be able to get it if I wouldn't have gone this wide, but that's okay. We'll take a second pass just to be safe. And after we get these seeds planted here. Ooh, that was really bad. Took that corner wide. Did not cover our bases. Alright. So the field's just about seeded. Again, we're growing wheat in this field. You can see down in the bottom rightish hand corner, down by the speedometer and stuff, there is a little icon that shows 222, 221 liters, 26% of wheat seeds left in here. The icon above that is for dry fertilizer. I'm going to check the manual and see, but I'm pretty sure I can apply dry fertilizer now. I guess we can do this later. That's seeded. Here real quick. Here. There's the back of the harvester there that I have stored. And then right there, that barn, right over here, I'll show you. This is where all the hay bales are that came from the field we were just on. They are stacks of 14, I think, is what the hay baler can load. I accidentally loaded this brick here vertical, and once I figured out I could do that, I ended up stacking them vertical right here. So you got, I don't know, like 6 bricks stuck in right there vertically, and then these ones were terribly placed. So that is the hay. Let's see here, let's pull up the instruction manual. And we'll see when we can fertilize. So, sowing and planting here. Okay, that talks about that. Let's see. That's just about harvest, so let's go down here and look and see if they, there we go, right here, improving yield. Spreading lime will increase it, okay. So let's check here. I don't see anything that says nothing there. It's the active workers. Yeah, see, our field needs rolled. That's okay. I'm not gonna worry about the rolling for now. So we'll probably take a hit on that. I don't see... There's supposed to be a section that shows if it needs limed, the field info will show the needs lime. Not much. Not really sure what we're selecting there. There's not really much there. I'm not really seeing where stuff needs lime. So maybe it doesn't need lime. I also didn't see if it I think you can just throw fertilizer on. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fertilize it, so unload. There we go. So that's just a pallet of seed here that is apparently too heavy. So let me press that to refill. Now, ideally, that refills with fertilizer. Alright, there we go. Oops. Wrong button there. So it looks like the front section is for seed. The back section is for fertilizer. So now how do I know that we are applying fertilizer and not seed if I had both? Well, that's why we don't have both in here, because I don't want it to get confusing. Alright, so we're going to go apply some fertilizer here. And we'll see what happens. We're going to do a different path, though. I'm going to start doing the line thing like I was doing there at the end. Snag that tree. Yeah. We tore up the field. Is this supposed to go at the same time? See, I downloaded a mod. The problem is it doesn't really say. There isn't much info on here other than it can fertilize. It doesn't say how it fertilizes. Back to the help. Maybe I'm not fertilizing correctly. Let's see. Alright, got it lined up right here so I can see. Yes. Shoot, I don't know. Doesn't make any sense. You need to fill the tool first. Oh god, I keep hitting the button. So the seed is empty. We got this thing loaded with fertilizer. We have it loaded. We're definitely not applying. I wouldn't think you have to apply the seeds and the fertilizer at the same time. Maybe the fertilizer can't do automatic. Nope, that ain't right. So maybe you can't apply it, maybe you can't apply it the same day then. Alright. Bear with me one sec. I'm gonna do some research here on some fertilizer. has to be a stage of growth between applications. You can fertilize the first time after sowing, second time after the plants begin to sprout. I don't know. I'm not sure if maybe it's just this mod is not working right, or I just don't know what I'm doing, but tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave the cedar right there. Drive slow so we don't tear up the grass. I drive through this fence, nice and realistic. Alright, come over here. Move this pallet of seed. Starting to run out of daylight, and we're gonna run out of time to have this, so we need to get using this for now. And then we can always go and buy another one, now that we know which one is compatible. Perfect. It's back out of there. Alright, and we'll just leave all those on the trailer for now, so that way we don't have to mess with it. I'm going to just park this over here. This I guess I've never leased anything, so I don't know, but this should... Oh, wow. Didn't even realize you could spread the forks. That's pretty slick. Nice. Good to know for next time. We're just gonna drop that there. I don't know what that means. Yeah, that'll work with me here, game. I'm not. Ah, there you go. Get the drop it like that. Alright. So those are leased. They should go bye-bye. And what's 5:22 in-game time here? Coincidentally, it's 5:18 local time, so guess the game's gonna save here. Let's see here. Okay, so let's go back up here. Let's see if there's any quick contracts that we can do. Got cultivate here. Don't really want to cultivate. Fertilizer. Guess we could do that. We could learn how to fertilize. Field 7 and 2. How big are those fields? 7 is massive. Hey, field 2 is my field. Must be that. And that's field 7? Field 2 is big. Oh, field 12. Duh, not field 2. Field 12 is pretty big too, though. It's almost 4 hectares. That's 8. Those are massive. That'd take forever. Field 6 and 8 for plowing. We could go plow again, I guess. Field 8's huge. Alright. Field 8 gives you $12,000 though. We're going to take both of those contracts. I don't know if we're going to do them both. But we'll take them both for right now. Alright. Oops. So now if we go look at the map, see how it's blinking? That's how we know what we have to do. Where's the other one that we took though? Field 8 doesn't need plowed. Oh, apparently maybe you can't take more than one contract at a time? Well, that's kind of silly. Alright, I guess we're going to go plow field 6 real quick. We need to go find a plow. We'll do a quick tour of the farm here while we're here. So this is the other John Deere that we got, the 4955. I needed that because when I first started playing, I bought this, the 4020. Wasn't strong enough to carry this ancient plow I got stuck back here. This thing was too heavy, required too much horsepower. So we had to buy this tractor to pull that plow. That plow sucked. I hated pulling that thing. It pulls at like an angle. Couldn't drive it right. I sucked at driving it. Here we got the mower. We got the baler. This is the tedder, so it flips the grass after you mow it. This is the windrower. It tosses it all in a straight line. My line sucked. Let's go drive here. Over here, we've got the harvester with the just normal header for that. The baler is over here in this little shed. And then we've got, that's not the baler. That's the automatic bale picker-upper thingy. So what it does is this piece right here will fold down, and then these things right here, they start rotating, and it'll bring the bale into here, goes into here, and then the bales get stacked up into that. It holds 14 square bales, so that's what that does. Sorry, my farm terminology is not great. Alright, so let's latch up the plow. I got this plow. This is a mod that I got. This is I like this plow because 1, my little tractor can pull it, and 2, it pulls just straight. So you drop it, it's just a square, just like that. That one, like I said, it pulls at an angle. It's kind of annoying. We're going the wrong way too. I'm not going to be able to get out that way. So let's go plow field 6. We'll get 6 taken care of, get a quick little contract in. Depending on the time, might be bringing us towards the end of the stream, and we'll have to save the harvesting for tomorrow. Or I guess not tomorrow. We'll have to save it for next time. I'm not sure. I don't really have a set schedule for when I stream. Just kind of hop on when I have free time. So we'll go see what time it is when we get done plowing field 6 over here. It's a little bit of a bigger field. And hopefully we can figure out the fertilizer situation. I don't want to have to buy a fertilizer, but I can't figure out the one that I have. Well, that's what we'll have to do. go over here. So we're going for a nice walk. 5:30 in the afternoon or night, depending on how we view that. This is the sunflower field. That's my field that I own that will be harvesting soon. It's really cool. You can see the sun is kind of setting over that way, and the sunflowers are facing the where the sun is. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, this is the beast we need to plow. It looks like. Another thing is, if you walk up on it, you can see in the bottom right, it was potatoes. They're withered. Leroy Wilson owns it, and this needs plowing. Come over here. This is our field. Shows that I own it. It has sunflowers growing, and they will be done tomorrow. The yield, expected yield is only 59%. That's gonna suck, but it needs plowing as well. So once we get those harvested, we will be plowing that field. So I'm gonna lower this beast. And let's start the plowing. See how long it takes us. It's about 5:26 local time. I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna take us probably 30-40 minutes to do this field if I had to guess. It's gonna take a bit. Gonna do this here. What we'll do is we'll probably just do a quick square to get everything kind of outlined. And I'm probably gonna do lengthwise rows if I had to guess, just because it's a massive field. Obviously, I use the bigger tractor and a bigger plow. We'd be able to get this field done a lot faster, but kind of taking it slow. I'm sure halfway through this I'm gonna not be enjoying the plowing, but for now I'll just turn on the radio. I don't know how loud this is gonna be for you guys, but I'm gonna turn on some tunes. I'm just gonna sit back and I'm just gonna take care of the field. Welcome to the stream. We're just doing a contract right now. I couldn't figure out the fertilizer in my field, so I don't want to waste the day. We're at 17:43, which is 5:43 in-game time, 5:43 p.m. Don't want to waste the rest of the daylight, so we took on a contract, and we are plowing Leroy Wilson's field. It's probably going to take a while. We have a small tractor, small plow. We got rid of the first plow. That dragged at like an angle. That screwed up everything. But you can see there is a lot of field that needs plowed. We just started doing this. Timing it, we're started at about 5:26 local time. It's 5:29 right now, so we're not too far. We're 3 minutes in. You can tell how long it's going to take. By the time we get to the end of this row, we'll have done one outline, one square around the field, but it'll be just between 4 and 5 minutes. That's how long it's going to take this field down. Hopefully the music is not too loud and you can still hear me over the music that's playing. Alright, it's time to start doing the full line business here in just a sec.
Tapping toes and clapping hands, just a little old string band that plays. Fiddler calls another tune, the people circle round the room.
Alright, let's take care of the lines.
Like a drop to the rain, like a car to the train. Voice that sings an old refrain.
We'll see how long I can handle this. I might have to switch to the bigger tractor and go pick up a bigger plow. But this is going to be an endurance. It's going to test the endurance, the patience. Problem is we only got $388,000. We're not really making any money at the moment, doing a lot of spending. And we still have to buy a couple items to be able to harvest the fields we actually own. And I want to keep some money to be able to buy another field as well, so it's kind of why I've been a little bit stingy on some of the stuff. Yeah, I have cows on my farm. They don't technically belong to me, but there are cows. I don't know if you can pet them. You might be able to pet them when you actually own them. This is a modded map, so I don't know all the details of the animal stuff. The last time I played this game was Farm Sim 2015. They did not have animals in that game, or at least I don't remember them having animals in that game. The lines are a little off in this one too, but you can see the lay of the land. It's very bumpy, not flat, so the lines are going to be off just a little bit. I have no idea if you can kiss a cow. At the moment, I don't have much interest in the pets. We got cows, we got chickens, and we got pigs on the farm. But when you go to look at your owned animals, you don't actually own them. So I don't know if they're just there for show, or I don't know. I guess we'll find out if I start having animals die. Looks like we're going to be having a good breakfast. Turn it here. Let's time it and see how long it takes to do a line. See if it takes more or less than a minute. It took us just, let's see here, about 1 minute and 20 seconds to do one line. We're going to have a significant amount of lines to do here. I don't think it does. I'm not sure. Tell you what, let's look up the contract. You can decide on Leroy Wilson here. He's the one that hired us out for the contract. Oh, he's paying like 6 or 7 grand to plow the field, so money talks, as they say. Shit, oh, that's gonna suck. That's gonna be annoying. I have to line that up a little bit better. Not in the field. You can kind of see behind. It pulls up pebbles. These are small rocks though. The plow doesn't bring up big rocks. The one of the other tools, the spader, the subsoiler, I don't know, I don't have it. It'll pull up big rocks. Up ahead in the forest, there might be rocks in there, I don't know. I'll drive through there. Too many trees. Too hard to navigate around. This field is incredibly bumpy. It's going to first person. You can really see how bumpy the field is in first person. But the front of the tractor is bouncing all over the place. Let's forget that there's cruise control. I need to set the cruise control so I don't have to hold down the trigger for so long. Alright, I'm gonna flatten that bush. Hold on one sec. Yeah, you have to buy it. You have to buy the tractor. The game mode I started on is like medium difficulty. The medium difficulty, you get $1.5 million and you don't get any farmland and you don't get any tractors. So you have to buy that stuff. So from my 1.5 mil, I'm down to 388 because I bought stuff as I've needed it. So once we get to the end of this row, I'll show you what I currently own. No, it'd be kind of cool if you could start as like a farmhand and like progress. I mean, you could do that like if you role play like in this game mode, or if you role play like in the hard game mode. I think the hard game mode actually you start out in debt. But I mean, taking contracts is kind of like being a farmhand. So you take the contracts first, and then you can buy stuff if you want to play that way. So let's go over to the map here. You can see I own this one, the light blue number 3, light blue number 9, light blue number 4. Number 4 is where I was doing all my grass stuff. And so that's kind of the lay of the land. We'll leave that. And then we go here. These are all like the tractors you can buy. Like there's a boatload of tractors that you can buy. These are large tractors. I don't own any of the large tractors, so like, let's see what the most expensive thing is. It's like this thing. You can buy this monstrosity for $428,000, and that's just the custom, or that's just the base setup. That doesn't even include, like if you get this thing, the 9620 version of this thing is an extra $76,000. So yeah, there's a bunch of different tractors. Then there's medium-sized tractors, there's small tractors. You have actual semi-trucks if you want to haul grain. You have multiple different kinds of harvesters. So like, this is the big boy harvester, $390,000 for that harvester. Thing's a tank. And then there's all sorts of other stuff. You have forestry machines, there's the sugar cane, there's lawn mowers if you wanted to go mow some lawns. I don't have that, I have a pull behind mower, but and then this is like all the tools where you buy. So this is what I was talking about. So like we're using the plow right now, but there's a mulcher, a plow, cultivator, spader, subsoiler, power harrows, and disc harrows. They all till the land in some form or another. And then this is what I actually own. So I've got this tractor that I'm driving right now. I got this tractor, which I can't show you until I get back to the farm. Got that harvester. We got that trailer. This is pretty much all that I have, is what I own. The 30. Hold on one sec. Let me pull that up. Let's see. 30 is, yeah, this little piece. I don't own that. I can. You can buy it. It's like, it's $45,000 or $4,500. It doesn't even. I don't even know what it is. We'll have to look at it when we go back to the farm. Because I don't know what that is. But this is the lake, or the pond if you want to call it that. And then the farm is like right here. If I had to guess, this is where the farm's located at, pretty much where I have the cursor is where that's at. Alright. Back to the plowing business though. Let's see. It's starting to get light out. Let's throw on some lights. Yeah, I'll save the front light on for now. Don't need to be blinded by the backlight. I might have to fill up on gas in the tractor before we finish plowing. I don't know if we're going to have that. I don't think so. I don't think the game is that involved. The best you can do is hire an AI worker. This is what it does. That's my AI worker right there. So if I hire an AI worker, it's just some chick in a tank top. Look at that, she's mowing, she's freaking plowing in flip-flops. In friggin' toeless shoes. That is dangerous right there. That's why we don't hire the workers. That's not safe. Not safe to be doing that at all. We need work boots. I don't want anyone getting a toe plowed off. Oh, that was a bad turn. And then they cost you money too. So you gotta pay the AI. We're turning cruise control on now. I'm tired of holding down the trigger. I said I was going to do that earlier and I forgot. Yeah, keep this lined up. I don't know what they have in 2025. I haven't played 2025 yet. It's not on Game Pass. I saw a thing that 2025 has added like some like prairie farmland. Because I think the developer of this game is like European based. Like all the maps are European based. That's why I downloaded this map mod. The map I'm playing on now, it's a mod. It's called the White Farm. It's a farm that's supposed to be like the modder said it's supposed to take place like in Pennsylvania somewhere is what it's supposed to kind of be themed like. But all the base maps, there's 3 of them. They're all like European style maps. And the Farm Sim 2025, they posted that the next DLC, I assume it's DLC that you have to pay for. It's called like Prairie Lands or something like that. And the farm and the stuff is supposed to be more like themed to like an American farm. They actually have a esports of Farm Sim. It's pretty crazy. I didn't watch anyone play it, but they like released a trailer, like I don't know, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that, of the esport and like to pump you up for farming sim esports, and like you have like a certain amount of time, and if you do certain tasks like plow field or harvest or whatever, they register points. Or like if you sell bales of hay or stuff like that, it registers different points, and I guess that's how they score the esports for Farm Sim. I tried getting the kid to be to join my map and be a farmhand, because I was a couple days ago when I was playing, I was doing harvesting for a contract, and the harvester got full, and then the trailer that holds the grain got full, and I needed someone to haul the grain while I continued harvesting, and he wasn't about that life. He didn't want to help out. Dang him. Yeah, working a terrible job. I'm not hiring that worker ever again. Alright, got that line taken care of. Can't see the bushes right away. Oh, like I'm gonna finish this field. I need to go eat dinner, I'm getting hungry. Can't be plowing on an empty stomach. We're having tacos tonight. It's Taco Tuesday, but the kid is apparently they have a track meal tonight, which was not announced. So he's gonna be eating with the track team, and the wife and I will be having tacos, I guess. She's actually on her way home now. She's probably gonna be ticked that the taco meat isn't cooked. That's okay. Doesn't take that long. Yeah, it wasn't on the to-do list. It's just probably something to be nice to do, but meh. She also is at happy hour too. It's not like she's coming home from work. I mean, she is, but she went to happy hour before she came home, so it's not like she's racing home from work for dinner. Chili's? No, I don't know where they went. They usually go to Mulligan's. It's over on the north side of town. That's usually their, what's it called? Their go-to happy hour spot. I just got a prop up that we're 50% done with the field. It sure don't look like it's 50% done. We've been at this for 25 minutes, and we'll say minus 3 minutes for stopping and talking and showing what the tractors are. So we've been plowing this field for 22 minutes or something like that. We're only 50% done. It's definitely going to be a 45-minute project. Crooked lines too. It's kind of the downside of plowing with a small tractor. The bigger tractor, they weigh more, so they don't bounce as much on the field. But I like using this little guy. Nice old school looking tractor. Kind of role plays into the beginner farmer type. Obviously, if you were starting to farm, you know, you wouldn't be buying $500,000 worth of equipment. I mean, I guess you could if you were rich, but I'd say if you were truly a normal person gonna buy a farm, you'd probably buy an older tractor like this to start your farming adventures. Yeah, I've never been to Mulligan's. I've gone to the old Cool Moo thousands of times, which is right next to Mulligan's, but I've never actually been to Mulligan's. Yeah, Taste of India is good. We're gonna have to like double back because these lines are so terrible. Absolutely terrible. So we're gonna turn on both lights so I can see a little bit better here. It's getting nighttime, I can't see squat. Oh, nice that looks. Nice little sunset over there. Oh boy. 30-minute mark of when we started this field. This is a big field. The crazy thing, this is the smaller field that was on the contract list to plow. The other field, Field 8, is on the east side of the map. That field's huge. The other options were fertilizing fields that were like 8 hectares big, which is 8 times the field that I was planting wheat in. So I can only imagine how long it would take to fertilize a field that is 8 hectares. I don't know how accurate it is, but when I was looking online, because I was curious what a hectare is, it's like 1.4 acres, 1.5 acres, something like that. So 8 times 1.5, whatever that comes out to be. It's like, what, 12 acres? Something like that. Which is crazy because, like, in real life farms in Iowa, like 12 acres is nothing. Like, there's people that sell like 150 acres and stuff like that. Like, yeah, exactly. 2,000 acres is ridiculous. Those are the people that got the $500,000 tractors and harvesters and stuff, so they aren't friggin' taking 5 years to take care of a field. They do it in a couple days or a week, or I guess I don't know how long it would take, but I can't imagine it would take more than a week. Maybe it would though. 2,000 acres is a lot of acres, I guess. We drove by that farm on the way home from the wedding. We went through Ames and on Highway 30. Come back through into that Express Des Moines. Yep, old Ames. That's some good pizza. That was good pizza. Good hangover pizza. I only ate a couple slices because I didn't want to get sick in the car ride, but that was good pizza. I forgot how good Blaze is. There used to be one in Coralville. I think they closed before I even got the chance to go there. We usually have it when we're in Orlando, or they have them in Des Moines too. So when Tate had football practice, or football tournaments in Des Moines, we would have Blaze Pizza. Oh, we're so close. Just about done. We got, I don't know, 15 more passes, maybe, something like that. And we gotta clean up these spots that I can't see at all because it's nighttime. We're almost done. Maybe. I guess there's a lot more to do than I thought. Hey, look at that, this isn't even a full line, because someone doesn't know how to plow a field correctly. Except we gotta keep going straight, because I think the end of this row has another small strip we need to clean up. Thursday night, though, when we stream, we're not gonna be doing no farming. We're gonna be playing the new Doom game that comes out tomorrow. Because I'm excited to play the new Doom game. I think the sun comes up at like 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning or something like that. I don't remember. So in the normal maps, there's a icon at your house that you go and click on when you're at the end of the night, and you rest, and so it just simulates it, speeds it up to the next day. This map, I can't find it because I don't know if it's because the mod wasn't set up right or if they just never intended to put it there, but there's no house icon. So when I was playing the other day, to speed up the time, I just sat at my farm and then I turned the game speed up to like 360%, so it like went by super duper fast to get to the next day, which is what I'm gonna have to do when I get done with this. Oh, that'll be fun. What do you have to go there for? Are you going there for work or for fun? I didn't see that message. It'll tell you when you're done. It'll say that it's 100% or whatever. So if we look at the contract, I better stop the tractor and drive off into the road. If you come to the contract, it shows we're 73% done. So once that's 100%, that's how you know you're done. I'll worry about the little strips later though, because sometimes the game is very generous and you'll not have everything completed and it'll still complete at 100%, so. But usually my OCD gets to me and I still have to go complete it. Even though it's technically 100%, I still go back and do the little strips because I just need to complete it. Yeah. Alright, we need a new radio station. Oh, what's it called? The country music is too soft right now. Put me to sleep. Listen to some tropical music. Actually, you know what? The homie out in Vegas, he said he's working EDC this weekend, so let's listen to some techno music. That one pass. been doing this for 40 minutes already. I think once I save up a little bit more cash and buy what I need to buy, I'm going to buy a bigger plow so we can attach it to the bigger tractor and not take an hour to do a field. Especially when it's not even my field. For Leroy Wilson. However, he's paying $6,000 for an hour. Technically, in game time, it was probably 2 hours? 3 hours, maybe? No, it's not 3 hours. Like, in game time, we probably started at, like, it was like 5 o'clock in game time, so like 1,700-ish hours, 1,730, something like that. We're only at 1,900. Means we're getting paid over $6,000 for an hour and a half worth of work in game. That's good payment right there. There's the $6 wage payment that probably got paid to the AI guy that we had plowed for half a row. Let's drop the plow back down. %. Just about that. We're getting close. We're gonna finish now. The heck with dinner. We're 80% done. We can tough it out. We can eat later. Let's lift the plow and go turbo mode. We can get to the other end of the field. Actually, we'll just cut over here and drop this. Get this little patch done quick. Loop over, we'll do the one to the left, cut back down to the one to the right. We're gonna get our $6,000 from Leroy. Next time we take the field, it'll be take to the farm. It's going to be a little bit more exciting because we're going to be harvesting sunflowers and corn. That sunflower field over there to the right, that's my sunflower field. I own that field. Just not quite ready to harvest yet. Once that's ready to harvest, we'll harvest the sunflower field. We'll harvest the corn field. We'll have a lot of work to do once we start harvesting that because we'll have to harvest. We'll have to bale the straw that's left behind from the corn stalks. Once that's baled up and we get that out of the field, we'll have to plow the field, and then we're going to decide on what crop we're going to plant. Because it's so late though into the season, the year, since it's September, we'll be harvesting in October. Probably won't plant anything. We'll probably just throw down like some grass or something and just let it grow. Because then when the spring hits, I want to be able to plant some spring crops like soybeans or canola or something like that. Yeah, that next time we play, it'll be a bit more exciting. We'll be just plowing dirt. And hopefully we figure out the fertilizer, because I couldn't get the fertilizer working earlier on the field. I'm hoping if I just wait a day, and then I can plant, or I can fertilize the wheat seeds that I planted. That'll be the plan. We'll see what happens. It's like set in like medieval times and just looks really cool. I think that's just the main thing. And the like previous Doom that came out, I think it's like Doom Eternal, that came out, I don't know, 5 years ago. I don't know. I don't remember when Doom Eternal came out. But when Doom Eternal came out, it was like a really, really highly rated game. So like the hype for the game, for the new game is high because it's a new setting, because it's in medieval time, and then it was also a Doom game, which is a really popular game. I think that's kind of why it's so special. I don't know. I'm excited to play it. They announced it last year, I think, at the Xbox like developer conference that they have in like the springtime or whatever. They announced it last year, and I was super excited about it when they released it. So it looks pretty cool. There's like a shield saw. It's like a Captain America shield with saw blades on the outside of it that you can whip around and chuck at people. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, got that installed on the Xbox tonight, and I'll be playing that on Thursday when I get time to play that, hopefully. There's some tricky maneuvers here, because I'm not going to come back for this one little strip. I have to backtrack a little bit here. Yeah, pretty much. Let's take care of this here. Not quite wide enough to capture all that. That's right. Gotta be getting close to being done though. There's a little strip there. Where's S-Rod TCG at? Why isn't he in this stream? We support him when he streams. Shout out to S-Rod TCG if anyone is still gonna watch this video 2 hours in on YouTube. Go check out S-Rod TCG on Instagram and Twitch. He live streams Pokemon cards, post Pokemon cards, real big into the Pokemon card scene. Go check him out. Give him some likes and thumbs up and some views when he's streaming. Usually his streams are pretty good. He pulls some pretty good heat, as they say. Pretty exciting to watch, pretty fun to watch. Good time, nice and chill vibes. Alright, we are just about done. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Just a couple more passes and dinner time. %, is what the contract says. Let's finish up this rail. We'll loop over to the right. I think that's it for this side of the field. I think we're done over here. $6,200. I'll take it. Alright, we just crossed over the 50-minute mark. It's gonna take right about an hour to finish off this field. Looks like 6.6 acres is what that says. What this field is. Taken care of. Oh, there's just a little strip right there too. Remember that. The stream is going well. We're actually just about to wrap up the stream tonight. Got a couple more passes to do here on the field, and then we are calling it a night. Right now, just this. It's kind of the mood and vibe that I've been in lately, is just kind of chill. No, I don't have a schedule. Just kind of hop on whenever I have a little bit of time and stream for friends. Guess we're saying C. Look at that. It says we're 90% done, and I'm pretty sure we still have a whole strip over there. That's what I was talking about earlier, where the field isn't actually 100% complete, but they'll give you 100% complete credit. Yep, C. So we still have stuff left to plow, and we just got the notification that the contract on Field 6 is done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish the plowing though. I don't want to leave it unfinished. We'll get this finished up, and then we're gonna call it a night. We'll get collect our $6,000 contract from Leroy. We're taking care of the field, and that'll be the stream for the night. The thing is though, if you want to actually complete the field, you can't collect the contract here. If you collect the contract, you won't be allowed to touch the field anymore because it's not your field and you're not contracted to the field. So you have to finish up the plow first, and then you can collect your check. Oh no! I ran out of fuel. That sucks. Wah wah. Well, that's where we're gonna call the stream then, because I don't want to go take time to have to refuel the vehicle and all that jazz to finish this. So we'll leave it right there. Thanks for taking the time to watch. I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. It was a lot of fun chatting with everyone. It was a good time. So thanks for taking the time to watch. Be on the lookout later this week. I'm going to be streaming the new Doom medieval game that comes out tomorrow. I'm really excited to play that, but thanks for taking the time to watch. Next time we are on the farm, we're going to be taking care of that sunflower field that is off in the distance there. That's our sunflower field. And then we also have a cornfield near the farm. Both of those will need harvested, so we'll take care of that in the next video. Thanks for taking the time to watch. We'll catch you next time.